What's going on YouTube? Man, it's been a minute. Been a little bit. I've been really busy, had a lot of stuff going on. Figured I'd check in with you guys and see how everybody's doing, kind of fill you in on some updates. As you can see, sitting outside. I'm actually in my backyard. I'm at home right now. It is Tuesday the 17th of September. Beautiful day out. Just kind of sitting back here in the back and kind of reflecting a little bit here. Everybody's at work or at school or daycare. But had a couple subscribers, post some comments, questions really mainly. Commenting on past videos and kind of wanting to know how things were with me or whatnot. So I know this video is kind of it's been probably a couple weeks or so since I've done one, but I thought, well, I've got a little bit of extra time on my hands, so I'd figure I'd update everybody. So as you can see in the title, I can announce I have officially left Schneider as of yesterday, as a matter of fact, Monday the 16th. I turned in the keys and I got rid of that $1 million sinkhole beautiful truck. I had to make a very, very tough decision, and the decision that was an educated decision. Actually, it wasn't easy. I had to kind of take a step back and kind of regroup. So that's what I did. I had to kind of analyze a lot of stuff here, and I had to make sure I strategized and did things the right way, but I decided the best thing for myself and the best thing for my family was, number one, to get out from up under that paperweight of a truck. I mean, we all know what the deal is with those SFI trucks. So I just felt that it was time to pull the trigger. Mainly what I was doing, and this is one of the reasons why you haven't heard from me in a couple weeks. I've been very busy. I had a lot on my mind, a lot of weight on my shoulders to make sure that, number one, this is what I wanted to do. Number two, this was the best decision to do, and to make those decisions at the right, precise, calculated time. Now, just like anybody else, when you feel that it is time to leave a company and go do whatever else, you try to do it where there's not a gap of time in between transition periods, so that it doesn't penalize you financially or hurt you, or whatnot. So So that's what I've been doing. I just got back in early this morning, about I think it was 12:30 this morning, 1 o'clock. I got back from Green Bay. I took the SFI truck back up to Green Bay. I was only going to, initially the plan was I was going to take it to Edwardsville, Illinois, to the Schneider terminal down there, because that's the closest terminal to me, rather than Green Bay. But when I made the phone call to SFI, I was told that I couldn't do that. Or I could, but they were going to charge me $2,000. Despite the fact that I was going to, turn the truck in just the same way I got it. It doesn't matter. I mean, it has to, they say, go back to a SFI location, which is either Green Bay, Charlotte, or Phoenix. Obviously, I'm not going clear to Charlotte on the East Coast, and I'm not going out west to Phoenix. So the only other alternative was, 6.5, 7 hours away. More about 6.5, up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. So I was able to make the run, up and back. I had to set myself up with a rental car to come back. So officially, I'm completely done with Schneider. I walked away from the SFI truck. I decided right now this is the best decision. But don't worry. Don't worry. I have a backup plan. I always got a backup plan. I will not disclose that at the moment. I'm working on a couple things. Well, not really working on. I'm basically tying up a couple loose ends. Now I've already got it. I turned the truck in yesterday. I've already been officially hired at another company. I know in my last video I was contemplating on whether or not to just get out of the truck altogether, or just go back to company, go back over the road, go back local, or just go back to, working in the factories or something like that, But at the time I hadn't really made any conscious decision, because it was a very big, tough decision. Especially when you're considering of walking away from trucking altogether. So, with that respect, I do have something in the works. I've already technically been hired. I just have to tie up loose ends early in the morning, first thing. And I have to have a conversation with a partner who I'll be doing business with. So, until that conversation happens, I won't jinx myself, if you if you will. But so I won't put that out there just yet. That'll be for the next video. But just know, this was a very tough decision to make, and I'm not going to go drive a company Schneider truck. I've talked to too many drivers where they said they wasn't getting the miles and that sort of thing. So I'm not even gonna put myself in that situation. But I'm not saying Schneider's a bad company, because I don't know anything about the company side. I just know from what recently some company drivers I've talked to, what they have told me. I did in fact confirm the rumor of all this time, which I already knew. I did confirm in the last couple weeks that it is not a myth. Company drivers do, or owner-operators, ICs, at Schneider, they do compete with company trucks. That is official. That is my official statement. I think everybody I've talked to about that particular thing, it was pretty much all hearsay, word of mouth or whatnot. But I can actually 100% fact confirm it. That is not a myth. Owner-operators at Schneider on the IC board do compete with company trucks. That was one of the reasons why, for my decision as to why I walked away. It just seems like right now, I had a couple other ICs I talked to recently who sees and saw the same thing I did recently, and that is the fact that freight, for whatever the reason, I don't know if it's Schneider lost a bunch of contracts. I think they lost a bunch of Midwest contracts, but it just seems like the freight's not there, and every day it's harder and harder to work the board. It's definitely harder and harder every day to come home every weekend. So for anybody out there that's an owner operator with any other carrier, spot market, contract freight, Schneider IC or non-Schneider IC, it doesn't matter. If you guys are doing well at Schneider on the IC board and you're staying out on the weekends and you're staying out 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time, whatever, my hat is off to you. I have much respect for any of you guys that are doing it. And it just doesn't have to be Schneider guys. It could be anybody. It could be, any of the guys, a couple of my friends over there at Like Trucking, over there at Jeffrey Like's company, that are on the spot market. My hat's off to them guys. They're doing really, really well over there. But Jeffrey Like is set up a little bit different. He set his company up a little bit different. He kind of set his company up how I would have liked to have been set up. But unfortunately, upon talking to Jeff on the phone, it just seems like I couldn't go over there because the insurance was going to be too high. Which, if anybody keeps their ear to YouTube, we all know, a lot of people's insurance is just, got raised. So that unfortunately did create a problem for not only me, but for a lot of other people. So, but it is what it is, So, I've just been really trying to rack my brain, trying to figure out the direction I wanted to go in with my career, or with my life in general. Did I want to, walk away from trucking altogether, because it just seems like the industry as a whole is taking a shit right now. It's, in my opinion, in my eyes, it's getting real bad. That information is out there. We don't even have to cover all that in this video, but if you keep up on the news, if you keep up on the YouTube stuff, everybody knows what's going on. So I feel like trucking is one big, huge chess game. It doesn't matter if you're local, if you're over the road, if you're spot market, contract, small mom and pop company, mega carrier company, it doesn't matter. 1 truck, 5 trucks, 50 trucks, 150, whatever. It's all one big, huge chess game. And you have to make calculated decisions. You have to take calculated risks in anything that you do, any job that you take, in any situation you put yourself in. Now, I did set myself up, don't worry. I did set myself up to where I can financially afford to walk away from this SFI truck. I can financially get away from being an owner-operator, basically, as far as that go. So I think I think what I'll be doing next, I believe everything's going to work itself out. I took a lot of time thinking about this, made the decision, but I do believe that you know, now don't get me wrong, I didn't get behind on stuff or nothing like that. I was up to date on everything. I never got behind on truck payments or nothing like that. House bills, I never got behind. Don't misunderstand all that stuff. But I did it smart. Now, I will say this, I did also confirm, for those of you who want to know, SFI has now changed policy again for turning in a truck early. If you break your contract early, it is no longer $5,000 to break the contract, as that information has been put out there. It is now $6,000. That is confirmed as of 3 days ago, on the phone call between myself and SFI. So at this point in time, what I'm waiting on right now is for SFI. Basically, Schneider's going to inspect the truck. Well, they should have did it this morning. So they are going to inspect the truck, make sure it's not wrecked and it runs and all that stuff, and then they'll send me my bill. I had plenty of money in my maintenance account to cover whatever $6,000 fee or whatever they were is gonna charge me, actually. The only concern I have really is the tires. All the drive tires, they weren't bald, but they were probably about 25% tread. So that's the only concern, is how they're going to charge me for those. The steer tires were fine. I put new steer tires on them, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months ago, something like that. But so the steer tires are good. Other than that, there shouldn't be any issues. In the end, SFI should, after everything's said and done, I should get money back from SFI in the end. So stay tuned for that. I will give you an update video on that particular thing. And I'll if they break it down and then itemized deductions are kind of sort of set up, I'll put those information out there. So stay tuned for that. Now they did tell me to be could be anywhere up to 45 days before they make any kind of final decisions or send me my money back or whatever. But I don't think it'll take that long, to be honest with you. So as soon as I know something on that end, you guys will know something here. I do have another piece of information, but I'm not going to include that in this video. I will make a separate video about that stuff. You guys, I think, would enjoy to know that little bit of information that I have for you. So yeah, like I said, I'm sorry guys, my wife is blowing my phone up here. So I didn't put myself in a bad situation, basically. So I made sure I was waiting on an exit strategy. I was trying to put an exit strategy together. I'd already put Schneider on notice. So, hopefully we will only have just a couple of days of gap time in here, in between my transition. But just know this part of information, that what I'm going to be doing next, I have done previous in my life or career or whatever. and it is something that I enjoy doing very much. I'm going to get paid very well, not as well as, you know, what I was just doing per se, but I think the big thing for me was going to be the consistency, because as an owner-operator, as you know, there's going to have, you know, good weeks, bad weeks, but like your bad weeks could mean very very low paying checks or breaking even, you know. So it seems like there was a lot more of breaking even than there was, or not more, but there was an equal balance of breaking even to, you know, bringing home the big money checks, basically. So I just decided, you know, the inconsistencies as far as that goes, I had to walk away from. So I think I'm going to make up for it with what I'll be doing next. There'll be steady consistency. That's going to be crucial. Very, 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 very huge. So that's pretty much all I've got for now in this video, but I will keep you guys updated on what's going on. Hopefully I can get another video in here tomorrow, but my schedule for tomorrow is looking a little iffy. It might be late tomorrow or something before I can maybe get another video to you guys. But so other than that, I hope you enjoyed the information I've gotten or I've put out there. So sorry it's taken a little bit of time. Like I said, I've had a lot of weight on my shoulders. But I do want to thank all my subscribers. We are up to 192 subscribers the last time I checked, and I do appreciate and thank each and every one of you. I do thank, for those of you who are not subscribed, that you do still check out my videos. I definitely appreciate you. So I guess we will end it here. So don't forget to hit the like button if you like the video, or the thumbs down. It doesn't matter either way. Just show your attendance, I guess. Comment down below if you have, you know, any comments, suggestions, ideas, you know, whatever. And as always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You know, so we're not trying to be a YouTube star, but hey, if you guys like the content, might as well subscribe, right? So, all right, you guys, be safe out there on the road if you're driving. Have a good week.